Okay, let's move on to the next question. It's from Amaan Siddiqui. Sorry if I butchered your name. He writes, "Hey Mustayaki, I have a question about manga background. I seem to have just gotten down the anatomy and characters part of manga, but I'm not so good at putting them in panels and putting backgrounds behind them. How did you start drawing good backgrounds? Do you have any methods? Thanks a lot, Mustayaki. I read Ipodoboy and watch How to Bam every week. They are both great inspirations. Keep it up." Thanks, Aman, for your question. Jamie, you did a lot of backgrounds.
Yeah, that was my job. That was my job for a couple of years. So uh, we drew backgrounds from real life in general. Even when I helped on the fantasy manga that Konomi Sensei was doing, we still drew from real life. You know,
Yeah.
so we did the thing called a trace, where you photocopy it backwards and then draw on the back side of the paper so that it's not reversed anymore. And that was the easiest way. You don't have to think about lines and angles and perspective and anything like that. We just took a literal photograph and drew it.
Yeah.
you know we just made a photocopy and drew it on the back, and that is the number one easiest way. When we were doing more of the fantasy type, or certain, when it wasn't quite exactly what we wanted, you just changed the little details. We made a golf club into a tennis club. It's not that big of a stretch.
Yeah.
It was certainly the easiest way to do it. If you want to struggle and just come up with these intricate backgrounds that have nothing that you can even possibly reference, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, go for it. I'm going to stick to something where I have at least some angle of reference and all the photos I can get. If I'm drawing it freehand, then I want to have all the references I can possibly get. Another thing you can do nowadays is use a 3D program and kind of create a model.
Yeah.
You can get like Google SketchUp, which is a free program, and you can even download buildings that are already made. Stick them into your scene, and then just kind of position the camera around, and then at least you have a reference for what you're doing.
Yeah.
So there are lots of ways to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You can have two ways to look at this question also, because it's like how to put it in there and how to draw a good background. So how to
Yeah.
get the perspective right and that stuff. And my background is a director, a video editor, movie director stuff. So I was always looking at interesting ways and looking at different perspectives, but it also has to serve the story, of course. So don't just get one angle into the bushes and from there it's nice. But it could be. But like I said, if it got a good pace and it serves the story, then it's okay. So I was always looking at cool perspectives to go for. And so what I suggest is, well, you start with your character. So try to picture it, visualize it. Mostly we start with the characters and then draw your background after that.
Hmm.
Um, um, and look at what is being told in the story. What is the emotional value of what is being told at that moment, at that panel that you're drawing. So if you're like say drawing a person that's crying, you want to get her emotion, so you have to get more close up. So it could be possible that you don't even need a background for that. You could just go all white. Um, but also, if you have really want to set the background as an epic scale, like a whole city that's destroyed or something, you want to really zoom out and really have the character really tiny and the whole place destroyed, for example. So if you try different perspectives, just try different tricks. I always tried it. Just go under the table and try to make, well, look how that looks from my point of view, or take pictures. That's what I do a lot. Make pictures of myself, and I
Hmm.
copy that. Copy it in different styles, copy it in different directions, and I would think of a cool background that would go with that. But also, it's very important to have your background in your head. Have your background know your environment. So if your character where it's in, or your character where it takes place, know where he's going to, what building he's in, or what city he's in, or what place or piece of the city he's going, or whatever. Just you can also do a concept design or environmental design first. Just draw out all your backgrounds and have like a map in your head or on paper, and know how to draw it. And then you can draw it from different directions. So that's what I use for Ipodoboy. It's not well, it's not a place that's on Earth or something. It's like a place that's totally destroyed, and it's totally new. So it's somewhere up in the mountains. But what I do, like Jamie always also said, is having references. I use a lot of pictures. I download a lot of pictures, or just look at pictures from mountains or from other manga, just how to draw certain manga, mountains or parts of rocks or something. And yeah, it just get it in your head, get to know, be creative. It's a nice part. I really like doing backgrounds. I know a lot of people hate doing it, but I really enjoy it because it really gives me peace and quiet, just to explore the whole world that's around it. So
yeah. I think another thing to remember is you don't always need to draw the background. Like, for example, if you look in, like, here's Bakuman. Like, they don't have a background here at all.
Yeah.
They only have, in fact, the only panel on this entire page with a background is this one.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest uses, like, speed lines, or they use, various embellishments, and I've seen tones. You can use all different kinds of techniques. You don't need to have a background every single time. Yeah. I mean, you're going to kill yourself. And this guy, probably works, I can't remember how many assistants he has, four or five probably, and they work full-time drawing the backgrounds. If you're trying to do it by yourself, you're gonna kill yourself. Yeah. If you try to draw a background in every panel. You only need it if it's important.
Yeah, exactly.
If you like this video, then super smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our How to BAM YouTube channel. It's a great way for staying updated for the latest shows and videos. If you also have a question about making manga that you want to be answered on our show, then send in your email to info@howtobam.com. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter for some great giveaways and prizes.